I think Joey's calling you back.
Alright, so we are live. Sorry about the delay, guys. I did just talk to Joey. He will be here in a few minutes. We are just gonna give him a couple minutes and wait. He's getting his stuff ready, and he'll be here in just a few. With that being said, I believe there was a super chat. There was a 20.
You're muted, by the way.
I'm not.
Nope, I could hear it.
Oh, there it goes.
Thanks, Sean.
Screw me up. Huge delay.
There is a 20 SEK super chat from Rama Palander. It says, I have a hunch that Joey is not going to show. No, I did just talk to him. He's supposed to be getting his stuff together and will be here shortly. So,
We were due to start 10 minutes ago, but...
yes, but we'll give him a couple minutes and, you know, benefit of the doubt thing. No, not in a bus station. That would be the fan, because, you know, it's January, which is, you know, winter time here in the States, and, you know, I'm on the East Coast, so naturally in the middle of January it's 70 degrees, because that's normal. So that would be the fan running in the background. Sorry about that. I did shut that off. And let's see. Like I said, I did just talk to him. He did say a couple minutes, so we'll see. We'll give him a benefit of the doubt here.
Why can't Flat Earthers just turn up on time? Ever?
That would be too easy. What else do you have going on coming up, Craig? Because I know you had the debate last night.
Well, I was going to have a video out straight after this, but I screwed up the editing earlier and had to restart it, so that's probably going to be out after my live stream later. At midnight UK on my channel, I've got an ex-Flat Earther on Seek Truth, Speak Truth to have a talk with us.
Gotcha. The video, what is that on?
Oh, Nathan motherfucking Oakley.
Oh boy. Alright. So we got that. Make sure everything's all set up for when he shows up. Yeah. Floyd Marston, you don't have a wrench.
I'll be back in 1 minute, then I'm just going to quickly go and use the toilet while we're waiting for him.
Yeah, no worries. Thanks for not pulling a Riley. That will forever be known as pulling a Riley. So who else do we have in the chat? Friendlies, at least. Yeah, Harry M. We got quit asking me to sprinkle them titties. Yes, thank you for changing your name to that. I do appreciate it. I love the call out. Got Fanto Rang. And alright. So just to keep everybody up to date, we are just waiting for Joey. I did just talk to him about 5 minutes ago. Welcome back, Craig.
Still not here?
Nope, not yet. He's got about 5 minutes left or so.
I mean, he's lucky I even gave him the time of day after him bitching out on the debate on Simon Dan's channel.
Yeah.
You know, I'm not going to hang around and waste my time for him again.
Yeah, no, absolutely. I agree. Anamorphic Mind says he bought Red Dead 2 for PC.
Well, I've been playing No Man's Sky in VR.
I've never actually played that game. I've heard it's pretty good, but...
It's addictive. Robert Williams for £5 says, $5 says, tell Craig some of us don't appreciate how him and Brainy Beaver stole JM's stuff. Then Craig conspired to steal Dumb Fuck of the Year from him, and a month later. Yeah, I keep stealing stuff from JM.
Yeah, damn it, Craig. You know, I really didn't think you were going to win.
No, I did. I knew I was going to win.
Yeah.
Riley gave me his address once and said, come and tell me that to my face. So I do have his address. So I'm getting the award made and I'm sending it to him.
Nice. That's awesome.
I'm not going to dox him, don't worry. I'm not going to tell everyone his address, but I do have it and I will be sending him the award.
Yeah.
Well, in brighter news, Craig, he has been deleting all of the congratulations for winning Dumb Fuck of the Year posts on his videos.
Yeah, I'm not surprised. He's probably sitting in a corner rocking backwards and forwards. I mean, what can we say? He is officially the dumbest person of 2019.
That's true.
Forgot to raise your arm. That's true.
That's true. All right, Joey, you've had your time, mate. Where the fuck are you?
Yeah, let's see. How long ago was that? That was 3:06, so that was about 3 minutes left he's got. That's all he gets.
Oh, man. Flat Earthers just can't do anything right, like, ever.
Yeah. Yeah, no, that's usually how that goes.
I know it's difficult for cockroaches to operate a computer, but...
Alright, let's see.
Well, I guess Joey's bitch made again by the looks of it, guys.
Not quite yet. Stop being impatient.
Yeah, we'll give him a couple more minutes. He's, you know, despite being a flat earther, yeah, we'll give him the benefit of the doubt.
I mean, he's literally been in the chat, so he would have been able to see that the time was saying when it was.
Yeah, I don't really know quite what that was all about, but, you know, it's been 3 o'clock for, you know, last couple hours, you know, 2 days now since I originally told him it was going to be 3 p.m. on Sunday Eastern. But we will give him the benefit of the doubt.
Unless he's using a virtual machine and he placed himself in the Philippines.
I doubt he barely knows how to use his computer as it is, Sean. I don't think he's going to have a virtual machine.
He did say that it was showing like it was an hour and a half after the time it was supposed to start. So he has to be using a VPN saying he's not where he lives.
2 super chats. One from Rama Palander says for 50 SEK, whatever currency that is, I'm not real sure. Says flat earthers don't understand grade 3 math, so you expect them to understand a computer?
No, I don't.
And Bella Charge for 2 New Zealand dollars says, you know Riley is putting on his CV at the moment. Yeah, I think he's probably adding it as we speak. Winner of Dumb Fuck of the Year 2019. I do have a feeling that he would do that. Alright, let's see.
A Warrior Travel, I don't care. He's watching another video. He said he would be here to debate me, and he isn't. Just like he said he would come and debate me on Simon Dan's channel, and he didn't. He is the one that's been demanding this, yet he isn't here. I can only conclude that he is, in fact, terrified of me.
I mean, I'm not real sure. You know, we'll see. Like I said, I'll give him till the end of his 10 minutes. I mean, we're not talking about, JM time here where he doesn't even know what month he's in.
Yeah, I think he's still in December, Dan.
I think so. I don't think Dumb Fuck of the Year has happened yet.
Maybe he's still hoping he can win.
I've still got time. Unfortunately, Riley won.
not unfortunately. It was inevitable. There was no way he wasn't winning.
No, it was unfortunate. I thought at least second place for Riley. All right.
All right.
He says, "See you all in 1 minute."
Yep.
I don't think he's coming. He says see you in 1 minute, but I think he's screwing with us.
I will find out. I mean, if he's not here in about a minute, we'll call it. But gotta give him that benefit of the doubt that he's coming.
Just for any of Joey Rocha's fans, and I say that with air quotes next to me, watching. You see how he is the one that isn't here. He is the one that isn't on time. He is the one that hasn't committed to his things that he said that he would do. So if he goes around posting on Facebook how he beat me because he wasn't here, then you all know that's a load of rubbish.
Yeah, I mean, this has been set to 3 p.m. since I made it yesterday. It never changed. The time never changed.
And people are asking, do you have screenshots that could confirm that he confirmed the time with you?
Yes.
Okay. Joey, I'm missing putting my daughter to bed for you, and you're not here.
He's late. Let me try to ring him real quick. Bella charge for $5 New Zealand dollars. Says, for your time, Psy Strike, to set this up. So that's now 3 times he knew and ran. So does that do enough for the Vicky treatment? Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
It says, please enter your meeting password and name to join the meeting.
Alright, I'll send it to you again, Joey. Give me 1 second. It should work.
What's you on about? It's Zoom. It's literally
I
one
mean, you literally
click.
just click on it, but...
Yeah, heaven forbid you have to click a link, Joey.
Goodness me. Oh, it says that he's joined.
Okay. Good. Alright. Now he has no audio, but he's here.
I think he should forfeit some of his time to present evidence.
I'm
serious.
We'll see.
Oh, you bothered to turn up then?
Well, he still hasn't hooked up a microphone.
Yeah, we're still waiting on a mic.
There he goes.
Oh, there we go. You got a mic there, Joey?
I believe so. Can you hear me?
Some serious echo, though, through your mic.
You want to explain to everyone waiting why you're 20 minutes late?
Let me fix this echo problem. Hold on just a moment, Pat the Flatter. I'll be right with you, brother. Let me address this echo problem.
You need to mute.
Is that better?
We don't have an echo, Joey. That's just you.
Yeah, I can hear you, but I can hear me through you.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, maybe one of you has your YouTube video on and it's echoing. That happened.
No, it's
Joey,
the fact you
that's
don't have
you.
headphones.
Why are you 20 minutes late, Joey?
The notification that I got was the show starting at 10:30 Hawaiian time, and here I am.
You
You're very welcome for
you
joining.
agreed to the time that it was. You are
Pat
late.
the Flatter, let's
Shut
get
up.
on
Don't
with
call me
this.
fat again or I'm leaving.
Pat the Flatter, let's please get on with this.
Shut up.
debate.
That's your one more warning, Joey. If you're disrespectful to me again, you ain't getting
All
a
right.
debate.
Alright,
Pat
both of
the
you.
Flatter,
Hey,
please,
both of you.
let's
That's it.
continue with the-
Anyway, so you're both muted. So we're gonna get the show started because we're already running behind. We did go ahead and wait for you there, Joey. So I will go ahead and just kind of go through the format again with both of you. You're gonna get 5 minutes each to go ahead and introduce yourselves and just announce what your position on the matter is. Obviously, we kind of already know that, but we'll start with Craig. Go ahead and introduce yourself. You have 5 minutes.
Okie dokie. You know you're still displaying the standby screen for the stream.
Oh, you're right. That stupid transition button. There we go.
Okay, hey, I'm FTFE. I run the YouTube channel FTFE, where I argue with idiots that think the Earth is flat, that anti-vaccine is a good thing to do, that chemtrails are real, that NASA lied to you, any kind of pseudoscience nonsense. I debunk it quite conclusively. I've been doing this about a year. This is now my 110th Flat Earth debate, and in 109 Flat Earth debates, I have not seen any evidence for the Flat Earth. I don't have any high hopes for this, because that's always the case. The Earth is observably not flat. It is easily measurable to be moving, and I can present all the evidence to actually show that. If you want to check out my channel, you can find me by going to FTFE on YouTube. I should have a video out later after a live stream where we will be discussing with a ex-Flat Earther why he left the Flat Earth. So, yeah, that's all about me.
All right, and Joey, it's your opportunity.
Okay, before my 5 minutes starts, I just want to make a quick mention here. On the YouTube video, I'm not seeing us.
It's loading. There's a bit of a delay. I do have it up.
So we're not live right now then? So
Yeah, we're
gonna have
live.
to do this again?
Nope, we're live, and it's displaying. It's just delayed on
So
the
the
YouTube
audience
side.
Yes.
Okay, I see us now. Fantastic. Okay, good job. Okay, so thank you very much for having me on. I appreciate it. Fat the Flat Earth, thank you for joining this time. He didn't make the last one, but I'm glad you showed up.
We're not going to get into that.
So I'm glad you showed up for this one. And I appreciate everyone for joining me live. The reason why I'm a Flat Earther, to answer the question, is because about 5 or 6 years ago, I started researching conspiracies, such as 9/11 being a controlled demolition, vaccines causing autism, the moon landing being a hoax, and it opened my mind to the fact that the government lies on a regular occasion. I heard about the Earth being flat, and I thought it was ridiculous sounding at first, because when I think of flat Earth, I was thinking of a flat disk in space. I took a little time to actually do some of the proofs that they said prove that the Earth is flat, like taking a telescope to the ocean and watching a boat disappear over the horizon. Well, with your naked eye, you'll see it disappear, but when you take a telescope out, it reappears. I did several different tests, plus I did a lot of mental thought experiments on the Earth being motionless, and I came to the conclusion that yes, the government is lying to us. The Earth is flat and motionless, just like all of our ancient ancestors said. And that's why I'm here today, because it's not about is the Earth flat or is it a globe, because that doesn't matter in our everyday life. Whatever it is, we're living on it. But the fact that they're lying about going to the moon, and they're lying about it because they want to keep us suppressed because there's more land that they're hiding, is why I'm bringing this as a public service announcement to humanity.
Alrighty. So with that, the rest of the format will be that you each are going to have 10 minutes to go ahead and present your evidence and to explain any points that you want to explain. During that time, I will expect that you both either mute or just stay quiet, at least for the other's presentation. And all right, give me 1 second. Craig, we'll start with Craig since I started the introductions with him, and then we'll go over to Joey.
Okay, can I say something before we start to all my fans that are watching? Thank you guys. I love you guys.
There's a debate. There's a format. You can be quiet.
Yeah, I know that. That's clear. 30 seconds. Take me 30 seconds, brother. Don't make this take 10 minutes. It'll only take 30 seconds.
Just be quiet and listen to my evidence now. This isn't the part where you talk.
Joey.
That's it. Okay, I just want to give a shout out to all my fans. Thank you so much.
Yeah,
for
Joey,
watching.
wait for
right
the
now,
end.
as I'm doing this live.
Joey, will you shush?
Wait for the end.
My evidence.
Alrighty. So I will go ahead and play.
Doesn't even realize he's muted. It's hilarious.
Yeah. Alright. So let me know if you guys can hear this. I'm going to present it through YouTube. This. One of these. Alright. Here we go. This is from FTFE, Craig. His evidence for the globe Earth.
Okay, for my evidence, I'm going to show 3 things. That the Earth has a detectable and measurable curve, that the Earth rotates on 3 axes and that gravity is real. Because if gravity is real, then the Earth can only be a globe. Let's start with curvature. I mean, I could mention the countless images and videos of Earth from space. From space agencies, which include, but is not limited to, the Canadian Space Agency, the National Centre for Space Studies in France, the Italian Space Agency, the German Aerospace Centre, the Japan Aerospace Exploration Agency, SpaceX, Indian Space Research Organization, the Russian Federal Space Agency, the European Space Agency, the China National Space Administration, and NASA, including the fact that there was also a 24-hour live stream of Earth from space with EchoStar 11, but I don't need to mention them because the curve of the Earth is easily detectable from the ground. I mean, just ask famous flat earther Jeranism.
If you're seeing through this hole, through the next hole, and seeing the light at the backboard, or at 17 feet off the water, the Earth is flat. If he's holding it up at 23 feet high and we're seeing the light, well, that's because the Earth's curved. So I should only be able to see it when it's at 17 feet. Okay, go ahead and drive down there, Enrique. You're going to hold the light there. Enrique, how high is your light?
17 feet.
I mean, it's we don't see you, Enrique. Lift up your light way above your head. Interesting. Interesting there.
A subscriber of mine and a man owed €10,000 by fourth dimensional earther Howard George Stirrup made the following observations in response to a challenge by Howard for €10,000 if he could get repeatable evidence of Earth curve at sea level. On the 5th of June 2018, photos were taken from a point at the pier at Faro Grau Ganadia towards Denia. 2 photos were taken about 40 metres apart laterally, one about a metre above sea level and the other about 8 metres above sea level. The air was not too humid and visibility was good. Yet the photos from these positions show a 33% difference in the amount of rock face that can be seen. This is repeatable by anyone, and there is no explanation for why over 40 metres of rock should be missing based on elevation of photo. Back in 2017, fellow YouTuber Sly Sparkane demonstrated experimentally the curve of the Earth and the distance to the Sun with the help of 9 people from across the world on the September equinox. Using the latitude of each participant, the elevation angle of the Sun at solar noon was measured, and these angles were placed on a flat model and a spherical model. The results were conclusive. A flat model of any kind would result in conflicting positions of the Sun, but when mapped onto a spherical model, it not only allows us to see the direction of the Sun, but also figure out its distance, which is 93 million miles, by the way. Next up, gravity, because if gravity is real, there is only one shape the Earth can be. Gravity is experienced as an attractive force between all masses. The bigger the mass, the bigger the attractive force. The attractive force is detectable and measurable. Lord Henry Cavendish performed an experiment to weigh the world based around this attractive force in 1797. Using a torsion bar, he hung from a wire and placed 2 masses on the torsion bar and then introduced 2 larger masses to measure the resulting shift in the torsion bar's masses. The results were able to give him the weight of the world that was pretty close to what we currently know, but more importantly, physically demonstrated the attractive force between masses. This experiment is repeatable and is done all the time, recently by fellow YouTuber BM Furball. His results fully back up Cavendish's. The link to BM Furball's experiment will be in the description of this debate. This attractive force is seen in the weight of objects on Earth, which can actually change based on the amount of mass underneath it. Watch this short video to understand.
First, we weigh a small lead pyramid to measure the force of attraction between it and the Earth. Its weight is 152.166 grams. Now we move the heavy lead ball under the scale, adding its mass to the mass of the Earth. The weight has increased by 1/1000th of a gram, which represents the attraction between the pyramid and the ball. When the mass under the pyramid got bigger, the force of attraction did too.
So gravity's real and the curve is there. Let's demonstrate rotation. Let's start with the fact that the rotation of Earth is easily measurable using the Sagnac effect of interferometric fiber optic gyroscopes. You know what? Let famous flat earther Bob Nadell explain.
If the Earth is spinning at one rotation every 24 hours, that means that every hour it has to turn 15 degrees. And if the gyroscope is mounted anywhere on Earth, it's going to drift. In today's 21st century navigation systems, they're using what's called a ring laser gyroscope. It is extremely precise. If we could simply get one of these ring laser gyroscopes, we would be able to prove once and for all that there is no rotation to the Earth. One of the people in the community actually purchased one for $20,000. But what we found is when we turned on that gyroscope, we found that we were picking up a drift, a 15 degree per hour drift.
And every ring laser gyro or fiber optic gyro on the planet measures the same 15 degree drift in 3 axes, and it can't be picking up heaven energies as light has no charge and won't be affected by electromagnetism. Pendulums also demonstrate the rotation of the Earth. If the Earth is rotating at 15 degrees per hour, then a pendulum swinging backward and forward would drift a different amount based on your position on the globe. At the poles, it would drift at 15 degrees per hour, and the further towards the equator you go, you would expect that drift to decrease until at the equator, the pendulum wouldn't drift at all. Again, this is repeatable and demonstratable, as demonstrated by the YouTuber The Gentleman Physicist, who made a homemade pendulum in a stairwell of a high-rise building. After letting it swing for about 45 minutes and measuring the drift, he was able to accurately calculate his latitude on the globe. And finally, if the Earth is the mass science says it is, and if the Earth is rotating at the rate that I've just said, then we should also experience some very specific things, like the Otvos effect. The Otvos effect says that whilst travelling west to east with the rotation of the Earth, you would add to your centrifugal acceleration, which would have a decrease in the gravitational acceleration you felt. In the early 1900s, a German team from the Institute of Geodesy in Potsdam carried out gravity measurements on moving ships in the Atlantic, Indian and Pacific Oceans. While studying their results, the Hungarian nobleman and physicist Baron Ronald von Jotvos noticed that the readings were lower when the boat moved eastwards and higher when it moved westwards. More recently, fellow YouTuber and actual pilot repeated the experiment whilst travelling in a plane travelling east to west and a plane travelling west to east. His results back up what science tells us to be true. So there we have it. Very strong evidence for the curve of the Earth, the rotation of the Earth, and gravity being a real thing. Don't forget to...
Alright, so that is the end of Craig's video here. So let me just...
Just so they know, that was the evidence that I actually created for the debate on Simon Dan's channel that Joey Rocha ran away from.
Alright, and let me get back to the Zoom meeting here. Alright, Joey, so it is your opportunity.
All right, thank you.
I wanted to find out if you know how you wanted to do your presentation. I have the video and the picture that you sent. Did you want either any of that presented first or second, or?
You can do that in the next 5-minute episode that you give me. I'm just going to go ahead and refute what.
What we're gonna do. So the way it's gonna work is you have 10 minutes to present any evidence that you have. The rebuttals and stuff for the evidence that he provided will be after that 10 minutes.
Good start.
You're breaking up pretty bad over there, Joey. All right. Can you hear us, Joey?
Well, that was fun.
Joey, can you hear us? I think Joey's having some connection issues.
We can't hear you at all, Joey.
We can't hear you, Joey. I could see you, but can't hear you.
My goodness.
Technology is difficult.
He's not listed as muted.
No, he's not muted.
Check your mic settings, Joey.
We can't hear you, Joey.
We
You're-
can't hear anything you're saying, Joey.
Yeah,
You're not muted,
We
we
still
just
can't
can't
hear
hear
you. Oh, mute and unmute. Try this again. Nope, still can't hear you, Joey. Not sure what's going on with your mic.
Yeah, Zoom doesn't have you muted at all.
No, you're definitely not muted. Tornado in a junkyard says Joey Rocha, wave a rubber chicken over the keyboard. While that usually does fix things, Tornado, I don't think that'll fix this.
I mean, it makes about as much sense as anything else that comes out of the flat Earth.
Did you happen to change what microphone you have selected in Zoom?
Sean, I doubt he knows how to do that.
Joey, in Zoom, next to the mute button, if you click on the little up arrow, make sure that your mic that you want to use is selected.
Yeah, we still can't hear you. Yelling's not gonna help it.
Yeah, stop typing in the chat, Joey, and deal with your microphone.
Angry typing over here. My stupid loud keyboard.
Try to rejoin the call.
Yeah, I would leave the meeting, Joey, and then try to rejoin on the link.
Johnny P, my video on Nathan Oakley will be out at some point today, hopefully.
See, now he muted himself.
Yes, Dora, that is geotyping. That's my super loud keyboard. I think it's usually Craig that has that issue. Why don't you go ahead and try to leave the meeting, Joey, and then join back in and see if that fixes it.
I think he has because his picture is frozen.
It's still showing he's muted, but it won't let me unmute him, so perhaps. Yeah, I'll give him a minute. If not, I'll remove him and then send him another link.
Gannibal, why are you even trying to defend Joey? Like, I don't understand it.
Let me remove Joey and then I'll send him the link again.
Yeah, don't do that.
No. Otherwise I have to start a whole new Zoom. Okay, well then I guess I can't do that. I do love the fail whale.
Yes.
Although that's usually reserved for skeptics' outros. Not saying that they're not the best outros in the whole world, you know, but they're usually fail whales. Let's see. Alright, so
Good.
to
Thumbs
show
up.
Joey left, so hopefully he'll rejoin on that link again. I'll resend it just to make sure he has it.
Cannibal, there is no defending flat Earth. That's a silly thing to say. No, Brainy, he showed up 20 minutes late, and then couldn't technology.
Just out of curiosity.
$20 20 SEK super chat from Rama Palander says Joey is doing this on purpose. He's dodging. I don't know, you know. I don't want to say that he is, but I probably won't say that he's not.
Oh, well. This is kind of went as I expected so far.
Well, if he doesn't come back in, I'd like to address one thing about his little time claim.
Just do it now, we're waiting, Sean.
Well, he said that his YouTube, when he went to the watch link, it was reporting that it was at 10:30 his time. But JC set it up for 3 p.m. Eastern, which in Hawaii is 7 hours ahead of us, even. There is no half-hour jump.
Behind us.
Mm-hmm.
Or behind us, yeah. Right now it's 10:41 a.m. in Hawaii. It is 3:41 here. So if it was a time screw up, it would have shown at the top of the hour whatever screwed up time he was trying to claim. So for him to say it was at something 30 is just a blatant lie.
Let me.
Unless he's using a VPN.
Time zones if the Earth was flat.
Well, there are a few time zones that are like a half hour front or back of the rest of the world, and there's like 1 or 2 time zones in Australia that are a half hour different. But that's only if he's using the VPN.
Yeah. Possible.
So yeah, it was just a waiting game to see how long he can make everybody wait.
Yeah. Well, we'll see if he shows back up. I sent him the link again just to make sure that he had it, so he can say he didn't have it.
So has he seen you link it?
Yes. He has
Cannibal,
seen...
there wasn't any CGI in 1972. Stop being silly.
the highest tech in 1972.
It was Pong. That was the pinnacle of graphics.
Yeah. Internet can only work on a flat earth. No, I don't think that's how that works. Good old Geo there with the terrible jokes.
Oh,
Yeah, too soon, man. Too soon.
Come on, dude. All right, Joey, we're waiting on you, buddy. We're gonna... He is back in Zoom, apparently. Let's see if he can get his mic hooked up.
Okay, microphone's back in.
All right, we have a microphone hooked back up.
a warrior traveler. I literally did do that in my presentation. Did you not watch?
Can you guys hear me?
Yes.
Yes, we can hear you.
Yes.
All right, fantastic. Okay, so I'll spend the first 5 minutes talking, refuting Fat the Flat Earth's claims.
No, this
Nope,
is for
nope,
your...
nope. We discussed this. We discussed this, Joey. Hold on.
What?
Hold on. You have 10 minutes to present your evidence at this point. This is not a refute. You know, we're not refuting what Craig said. So any evidence that you want presented.
Yeah, but see, it's my 10 minutes, and in my 10 minutes, I'm going to prove the flat Earth by refuting his evidence. That's the way I'm going to do it.
No, Joey, this is time for you to present your evidence, not
this is my
my
time.
evidence.
Fight the flat Earth. This
Well,
is my time to talk. And in the last 5 minutes, I'm going to
give
have you
away
show
your
you.
time if you like, but unless you're presenting evidence,
Thank you.
you're not
Back to
listening.
flat Earth. Back to flat Earth. You're wasting time, brother.
Yeah, if you don't present evidence, then you don't get any time.
Yes, I'm going to present evidence. Thank you, Jessica. Can you please go ahead and let me start now? And back to flat Earth, can you please stop interrupting me?
Yeah, sure. Just make sure you present evidence, all right?
Thank you. Okay, cool. Thank you very much. So,
What evidence do you have? Do you wish to present, Joey?
okay, great. So we'll do the videos later. Here we go, you guys. So, the Earth, is it flat? Is it motionless? And is gravity real, like the flat Earth claims? Well, first, let's get into the laws of physics. There's a law of physics called the Curie-Weiss law, and it's a law of magnetism. And it states that all metals at or above 1,000 degrees Fahrenheit, no matter what type of metal it is, loses its magnetic susceptibility, rendering it unmagnetic. Now, the reason why I mentioned that law of physics is because laws of physics cannot be violated. That's why they're laws of physics.
Gravitational.
In order for you to believe in gravity, please hush down, the flat Earth. And
Sorry, I was coughing.
No, that's okay, but we have somebody over here that's supposed to be regulating this debate. I didn't
And it's been handled, Joey.
during yours.
Yep, we're
Can
good.
you please not? Okay, good, but can you please make sure he doesn't do it again?
It's
He's
already,
claiming he
yep,
coughed.
already handled.
He's claiming he coughed, but obviously that's a lie, right?
Yep,
Joey.
already
Joey.
handled. He's already muted.
Thank you. Mute that guy.
Yep.
Sheesh. Okay, so
Same way I
anyways,
muted you.
Thank you for muting him. Thank you. Okay, so the Curie-Weiss law, the reason why I mentioned that is because it's a law of physics, and laws of physics cannot be violated. The Earth, supposedly on a globe, has a core, some radius of 3,000 plus miles inside the Earth, that's molten iron at a temperature of approximately 10,000 degrees. Well, as I just stated, the Curie-Weiss law says that all metals at or above 1,000 degrees Fahrenheit lose their magnetic susceptibility, rendering them unmagnetic. So the Earth's core is 10 times over the Curie-Weiss law. Why do I bring this up? Because magnetism has to do, in fact, with the gravitational pull. I just debunked the fact of gravity being a force 100%. Why was gravity theorized to be a force by a theoretical philosopher in the first place, Mr. Isaac Newton? Well, the reason why is because he's in fact a theoretical philosopher doing his job. They said if the Earth is a globe, which nobody believed at that time, how are people not falling off of this thing, right? Well, he theorized, well, maybe Earth at its core is pulling the apple down, and that's what's occurring. Because people wanted to know how ships and stuff weren't falling off of a ball. Well, now that you know that the laws of physics debunk gravity, we can just go ahead and end that dialogue right now. Obviously, we see with our own eyes that shooting stars only go one direction, downward. Nobody in the history of mankind has ever seen a shooting star going upward. You would, in fact, see an upward shooting star if the Earth were, in fact, a spinning globe. Why? Because somebody standing in America seeing a shooting star going down and somebody in Australia seeing a shooting star going down, well, on the other sides, they would eventually see those stars going up, but they never do because there's only an up and down. The most confusing part about flat Earth is that a lot of people have a misconception thinking that it's a flat disk in space. On the contrary, flat Earth, all of our ancient ancestors and all of us modern flat earthers, there's millions of us, none of us claim that Earth is a planet that's a flat disk. As a matter of fact, we all say that Earth is not a planet because it's not. Earth is a huge mass. It's called the geocentric theory of the Earth, and it's been proven. We are stationary and we're a huge mass, and we are not a planet. And these luminaries above our head are small circular planets that are doing a circular orbit. So when people start to throw out gravity, remember, gravity was theorized and never proven, and Joey Rocha just debunked it using the Curie-Weiss law of physics. Now I'm going to go ahead and get into space, and can you please do me a favor, and in just a moment, play the video, the 2.5-minute video that I showed you. Right now, guys, I'm going to prove to you that it's an impossibility that there is outer space, which is basically what Craig the Flat Earth is trying to prove. So how am I going to do this? Again, using the laws of physics. Lightning strikes up, not down. A lot of people aren't aware of this. A lot of people aren't aware of this because There's an urban legend that says that lightning strikes down, and you see it in cartoons. But in fact, it's not a flat earth theory, it's a scientifically proven theory. The scientific consensus is 100% on this, that lightning does strike up. So here's where I beg the question, using the laws of physics. You have lightning striking up, and we get a thunderous noise coming from above our head that's reverberation from the supposed lightning, which is plasma, exploding into the thin air, according to their theory. But you can't get lightning to explode into the thin air. How do you get it to explode? By coming into contact with something solid. So if you didn't know before that lightning strikes up, watch this 2.5-minute video, and you too will realize that there is something solid and vast above our head. Go ahead and play it. Thank you.
Yep.
Like the same place twice? Let's figure out what makes it happen in the first place. Lightning is electricity, and electricity involves tiny particles. Some particles have a positive charge, and some have a negative charge. The two opposite charges pull towards each other like the north and south ends of magnets. Usually, electric charges are fairly balanced, but the turbulent winds of a storm cause electric charges to separate within the cloud. Most lightning occurs within the cloud itself, but we're concerned about the lightning between clouds and the ground. Lightning starts with negative charges moving from the clouds towards the ground. Scientists call it a stepped leader. Meanwhile, an upward leader forms as positive charges move up from the ground, usually from tall objects. When a stepped leader and an upward leader meet, it makes a path for a much larger and brighter electric current to shoot up into the cloud. This is what we see in the sky as lightning. It happens so quickly that lightning seems to travel from the cloud to the ground, when in fact the opposite is true. So, can lightning strike the same place twice? Absolutely. For example, Toronto's CN Tower is struck by lightning around 75 times each year. In fact, in August 2011, the tower was shocked a record-breaking 52 times in 84 minutes. But don't worry, the tower was built to withstand it. So it's a safe place to be if lightning strikes once, twice, or even 52 times.
Thank you for showing that. Can you now show the picture that I sent you of lightning striking up?
I can. All right.
Thank you very much. The reason why I show this to you guys is because it's extremely important. 100% of the lightning that we see in the sky that creates thunder, I'm not talking about cloud-to-cloud lightning, I'm talking about the typical lightning with the thunder. All of that, 100% of the time, it's striking upwards, just like this illustration that's shown on right now is displaying. You have the upward striking lightning, and according to traditional science, they say that it just expands up in the air as it goes higher in altitude. It just blows up into thin air. Well, guess what? That's not reduplicatable in a scientific lab. You can't just make lightning or electricity blow up into the thin air. It has to come into contact with something solid, like when you rub your feet on the floor and you come into contact with a metal doorknob. You're actually conducting the electricity or the electrostatic energy, and because of your close proximity to something solid, it used you as a conductor and you felt the zap. Same thing as lightning. We are in an enclosed system. What Craig Fat the Flat Earth is trying to make everyone believe is that space is infinite and we're living on a planet in space. Well, I just debunked his gravity and I just debunked infinite space. There's only two choices. Either space is infinite or it's enclosed. There's not a third option. There's no possibility as far as the laws of science are concerned. And infinite space, that's ridiculous, because the only proof that they have of the supposed infinite space is their fake CGI pictures that they admit. How much time do I have left, Jessica?
About 2 minutes.
Okay, great. So, how do we know that the Earth is flat and motionless, just like all of our ancient ancestors said? How do we know this? Is it just because the moon landing's a hoax? No, that's correlation. There's some strong evidence there that the moon landing was hoaxed, and the only and first picture we ever saw of Earth being a globe was from the fake moon landing. But do we have topographical land measurements that prove, in fact, that the Earth is flat? Yes, we do. All topographical land measurements of Earth show it to be a flat and level plane. People always get confused when we say flat because they're thinking, wait a minute, a piece of paper is flat and the Earth has mountains and valleys. I don't get it, Joey. What are you trying to say? Well, it's real simple. Take the same sheet of paper that's flat, or even take a razor blade that's flat, and look at it underneath an electron microscope. What you will see is rivets and valleys similar to mountains and valleys here on Earth. Because Earth is huge and on a grand scale, you're going to get never a perfect level surface. You're always, even on a steel precision blade, going to have under an electron microscope rivets and valleys. So it's level from point A to point B, and that's a proven fact. Thank you very much.
Alrighty, so thank you for that, Joey. I will, I have you both muted for a moment. I'm just gonna go ahead and put the chat back up on the screen here. Perfect. Alright. Alrighty, so a couple of quick housekeeping things. We did have a couple of super chats that I do want to just address real quick here. I don't know that's gonna let me go back. Viewer activity, there we go. Darn. Okay, so Bella Charge for $2 New Zealand says he is just going to do this so it gets shut down. Andrew Stoll for $5 says FTFE, please tell him at what temperature jet fuel burns, at what temperature structural steel loses 50% its strength. 50, somebody did explain this to me, but I forget already. SEK from Rama Palander, Joey, your misunderstanding of science doesn't prove anything. Alright, so I think that's about all the super chats I may have missed. If I missed any, just let me know. I will go ahead and read those out. Going forward, I do... Let's see, there it is. There's the Zoom. Alright, so Joey, rather. I'm only going to ask once going forward. Don't... No more of the fat jokes or referring to him as Fat the Flat Earth. You can call
What
him.
is his name?
It's Craig or Fight or FTFE, one or the other.
Fight! Fight! I thought it was Fat the Flat Earth. I'm sorry, I was calling.
Yeah, I thought your name was Joey Cockroach, but it's easily done.
Yeah, so
it's a mistake. No big deal. It's no big deal.
Yep. So from either of you, we're not going to go with any more name calling. So from
Can
this,
I just ask you if Joey's seen a doctor yet about the 19 tumors in his stomach?
And I apologize to Fight the Flat Earth because that
Craig.
was below the belt, making fun of him, and I shouldn't have done that. And I apologize for it because that was, my temper got a little bit up.
You just made fun of
So
yourself.
I apologize, Fight the Flat Earth. Now I'm going to call you Fight the Flat Earth.
No, just call me FTFE, that'll do, or Fight, all right? You don't need to go with Fight the Flat Earth. I know saying lots of words.
I'll call you Fight the Flat Earth if that's okay. And I also apologize for making fun of your disability. And I'm not making fun of his disability, folks. He's not disabled. So it's not making fun of a disability. He's joking. He's obviously not disabled. He's using his arm.
all right, that's enough out of both of you. I'm not going to have the name calling or the insults or anything of that nature. All right. So from that's not how we roll over here. So from both of you, I'll start with Craig. Do you have anything to address that Joey said that you'd like to ask him?
Oh, I can address everything he said because it was all very wrong. They just want to give me 10 minutes and I'll just go through the things he's brought up.
You can discuss it together if you have a question for him or something that you'd like to address that he said, and then he can refute that and just
Okay. All right. Well, let's start with the thing he said in his intro about boats over horizon being able to be zoomed back into view. That's simply not true. Like in the slightest. Here we have Dazza the cameraman on his observation with a Nikon P1000. He was at the beach with these boats in the background, so he zooms in a bit, he takes a screenshot of the boats, and then he zooms in to show that the screenshot and the zoomed in are exactly the same. No amount of zooming brings any more of that boat back into view. This is undisputable empirical evidence that that claim is absolute rubbish. Do you disagree with that, Joey?
Joey, you there?
Yeah, I disagree with that because you're showing a boat that's already in view, and you're showing it magnified, showing that there's no more of it in view.
Yes,
what we're claiming is, be quiet. What we're claiming is that the boats that go out of your view, out of your field of spectrum, that are supposedly going over the curve of the Earth, can be brought back into view.
And that's what this is.
Fight the flat Earth. Fight the flat Earth.
That's what this is disputing, Joey.
Joey.
Right?
Joey.
Will mute you.
So, Joey, here we go. What you're saying is
right.
This boat has gone over the curve. The bottom of it is no longer visible, and
You
no
gotta
amount
let me talk now.
no amount of zooming. No amount of zooming.
You must stop interrupting me so I can talk.
All right, Joey.
If he carries on, I'm just going to leave.
Joey, we're having a conversation. You said you made a claim.
Can you please
Hold
mute him
on.
so I can finish my claim?
You
I need to be able to finish my claim. He just made his and I didn't interrupt.
Your claim is wrong because no
No,
amount
stop.
of zooming.
It doesn't matter if it's wrong. You still let me
Craig,
claim
we'll
it,
let
brother.
him finish, Craig, and then you can address it.
Your turn. Yes. Can you mute him, please? This is the second
Go
time
ahead,
he's
Joey.
interrupted me. I haven't interrupted
Joey,
him once.
Joey.
You guys said you were going to take care of it.
It's
This
being
is number
taken
2.
care of. Go ahead.
It's supposed to be a moderator, and this is the second time.
Joey,
he's interrupted
I'm
me.
gonna mute you
Please don't let this
or
happen again.
end the debate if you can't.
No, mute him. Mute him.
I
so can
understand
finish
that.
the
Go ahead
conversation.
and finish your
Thank you.
point, or I'm going to
Thank you very much.
skip your point.
Thank you. What I'm claiming, and what all flat earthers are claiming, is that boats that disappear from your field of vision without magnification can be brought back into view using the use of a telescope, binoculars, or even your camera if you zoom it in. And that's a fact. What Craig is trying to promote here is a boat that's already in view. Then it's magnified and it shows no more of it. Of course, it's still in your view, Craig. So that was a failed attempt. Anyways, there you go. Go ahead, fight the flat Earth.
Okay, so no, you're wrong. Part of that boat is over the horizon. The bottom of it is over the horizon. The bottom of it has gone out of your vision, but no amount of zooming will bring that back in. All of a sudden, if the rest of that boat disappears, no amount of zooming will bring it back in, as shown in this video conclusively. Joey, your claim is wrong because no amount of zooming will bring any of the boat that is already over the horizon back into view. It simply doesn't happen. You're wrong. This video is absolute evidence of it. Now let's move on to your claim about Curry-Weiss law and Earth's magnetism. I have a question for you, Joey. How is Earth's magnetic field created? Well, let me
before I answer that,
phrase the question.
you didn't ask me a question. Fight the flat Earth. Do you need to be muted a third time?
Answer the question properly.
Do you need to be muted a third time?
Joey, I'm
This
going
is
to
not your show. Fight the flat Earth. You're
How about both
a
of
guest
you
on the
Hey.
for a
show.
second?
That's enough.
Do
Hold
not
on.
make us
Can you mute him so I
Just
can
a-
answer the
Yeah,
question?
hold on.
mute him again. Please mute him.
Hold on, Joey. All right. One of you asks a question, the other responds to the question. That's it.
Exactly.
So, Craig, you can ask your question. Joey, I expect you to answer the question.
No. I'm going to respond to the question he just
right,
asked me.
so
Now he's going to ask me a second
question I'm asking-
No, he's not asking a second question. He's not asking a
No,
second question. It's the same question. I'm just asking him to
rephrasing my
reiterate
question
it.
because I said it wrong, okay? How does science say...
I'm disproving that.
Joey, listen to what I'm saying. How does science say that Earth's magnetic field is created? Please explain that mechanism.
Okay, so mute your microphone or don't talk. One of the two. Okay, here we go. So let's go back to what we were talking about because you don't get to skip off of something and claim that you had a victory. The boat disappearing over the horizon does in fact.
I asked the
after it disappears. I know you're past that, but I'm talking to the audience, not you.
He can
So,
address
he's
the
not your
boat thing
show.
if he wants.
Yeah, exactly, Craig. So the boat does not stay the same size. What ends up occurring is whenever it disappears over the horizon, you can bring it back using a telescope. Anybody can YouTube that right now. There's plenty of people showing videos of doing that, and it's a proven fact, or you can go out and do it yourself, you guys. So what Craig, Fight the Flat Earth, is trying to claim is absolutely wrong, which is why there's millions of flat earthers.
Okay, I mean, I didn't ask that. I'll ask the question again that you failed to answer. Joey, how does science describe the Earth's magnetic field being created? I mean, you're wrong about the other thing, and I'm just going to ignore what you said there. So how does science describe Earth's magnetic field as being created?
You got Joey muted.
Craig,
No, I don't.
I'll explain that if you explain how science explains how you're missing hair. This has to do with
No,
Joey,
Joey,
no.
Joey, keep on subject, please. He asked you a question.
I mean, I can ask about your missing teeth, but
No.
are you going to?
Craig,
Craig.
we're not going to stoop to his level either. Joey, if
I
you
know,
can.
I said I could.
shows that you don't have hair growing in the front.
All right, Joey, how does science describe Earth's magnetic field as being created?
That's the question given to you, Joey. I'm asking you to answer his question or respond to it however you feel you need to, correctly.
So, Jessica.
Did you just
he's
shift the
asking me to
moderator?
prove- He's asked. Yes, I am.
Yeah, just mute.
That's why everyone's here, you guys. Are you kidding me? They're not here to watch Jessica. Her videos get like 100 views. Okay.
Perfect.
When I was
I
on
don't
Simon
care.
and
Joey,
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 I
just
don't care
respect
about
it, okay?
I don't care about me. I'm not asking you about me. I'm asking you to answer Craig's question. If you can't do that, then we'll end this here.
you can end Jessica. I could care less. But Craig is asking me to help to prove his case. Why doesn't he tell the audience how they prove gravitational pull? That's his duty.
No,
It's like me
that's
saying,
not the question
hey,
I
Craig,
asked, Joey.
Can you tell me how the flat Earth?
All right, Joey, my question to you is, because you don't understand the science, I would like you to explain your understanding of how science explains Earth's magnetic field being created. Because what you said is incorrect. All right, you're obviously not going to answer.
Craig, I'm waiting. You have to prove your case.
I've asked you a question,
Joey,
Joey.
the question was asked to you. You can ask Craig questions and he will answer them as well.
Doesn't
But
matter if
but
the
he asked
question's
you.
asked to me. Okay, then I'll ask Craig.
No,
You
I'm
prove
still
your
waiting
point.
for an
There
answer
you
to
go.
my question.
Good, Craig. I'm glad you're waiting. Now you go ahead and
Can you
explain
answer-
because it's your point.
Right, so
Joey,
you
this
don't
is not
know.
how this
Right.
works.
That's like
if you
Johnny
don't have
Cochran
it,
in
if
the
you
O.J.
don't,
Simpson trial.
if you don't have an answer to his question, then say you don't have an answer, and we'll move on.
Right, so Joey
Yeah, Craig,
said
we're
that
waiting for your
Right,
answer
Joey,
because
now-
it's your job.
Joey,
trying to-
Joey, shh. All right. Joey said the Earth's magnetic field is created by the rotating iron core of Earth. Now, that is just false. That is a misunderstanding. That is something that flat earthers say. It is not the case.
Not a misunderstanding, guys.
Earth's magnetic field is not created by the rotating iron core. It's actually created by convection currents in the outer core due to heat escaping in cracks in the mantle. It's a
You can't prove that.
a response
You
of
can't prove that.
not of the iron core rotating. So Joey's saying that the Curry's-Weiss law means that we can't have an Earth's magnetic field is wrong, because no one thinks that's how Earth's magnetic field is created. It's
No,
not
Joey's using the laws of physics.
magnetism. It's not due to that at all. It's due to the friction due to convection currents in the outer core because heat is escaping through the mantle. So you are wrong about that. Your point actually isn't a point. What you're trying to do there is debunk your own version of the heliocentric model, which isn't the actual version of the heliocentric model. You need to understand the thing that you are debunking. So no, you are wrong with that. Then you went on to say about how that is to do with gravity. Well, actually, Earth's magnetic field is nothing to do with gravity. They are not the same thing. They are literally nothing to do with each other in the slightest. So I don't know where you got that from.
Wrong again.
I mean, can you give me some evidence that Earth's magnetic field is what causes gravity?
Well, it doesn't cause gravity. There's no such thing as gravity. But let me ask you a question, Craig. Can you explain in the flat Earth theory how the dome is created and what's made out of it?
No, because
Or is
there
that
isn't a flat
my job? Or is that my job to do?
There isn't a flat Earth, though.
Yeah. But can you explain in our model? Can you explain in
But
our
you don't have a
model how
model.
it's created?
There isn't a flat
Can
Earth.
you
model.
explain it? You can't do it. Okay, great, because it's my job. Just like
There
it's
isn't
your
a flat
job.
Earth
So
model,
if you're
though.
asking me to explain your theories, it's your job, Craig. And
I
if
was
you
just
can't
asking
do
for
it,
your
then let somebody
understanding,
else
and
debate
I
me.
have just answered.
If you don't know how to do it,
for you.
have somebody who knows how to debate do it.
Yeah.
You keep
okay,
on
so-
asking me questions. I'm like, are you kidding me?
Joey?
You should know the answers.
So-
So I can refute you.
Yeah, all right. So I've refuted your thing about magnetism then, because you were wrong. That isn't how Earth's
No,
magnetism.
because I use the Curry's law of magnetism to prove you. I
Yeah,
use laws of
except-
physics, and
except
you're just
that
using
isn't-
words.
Joey, that
Laws
isn't.
of physics cannot be violated, folks. Laws of physics cannot be
There's a
violated.
thing called the universal
The
law
end.
of gravitational
The end.
attraction. So gravity is a law. So you're wrong about how the Earth's magnetic field is created. And
Gravity is not a law. Prove to me that gravity is a law. There's no law that says gravity is a law.
actually,
I debunk
FG equals
gravity
GM1M2
with
over
the
R squared
Curry-Weiss
is a law.
Laws of physics.
Yeah, and
Curry-Weiss
that's
laws of
nothing
physics
to
just
do-
debunked you.
Joey, right. Magnetism is nothing to do with gravity. That's not how Earth's magnetic field is created. You're wrong. So we're going to move on from that. Next, you said about Newton's theory being wrong. Well, here's the thing. Newton never had a theory about gravity. That's not what Newton did. Newton developed the universal law of gravitation. Fg equals g m1 m2 over r squared.
You just asked 2 questions, Jessica. He just asked 2 questions. When do I get my chance? Is this him questioning me the whole show, or do we get to go back and forth?
He didn't ask you 2 questions. He's just refuting what you said. He's just going through what you said.
Can I ask some questions now?
But this is my 10 minutes to question you, Joey.
No, it's not your 10 minutes. She said it's back and forth, brother. Back and forth.
This is my 10 minutes to question you about your evidence.
No, it's not. Okay, how much more time does he have left, Jessica? How much more time does he have left?
Joey, you have not answered a single question from Craig yet.
Whoever that is in the background, shut your mouth. You're not in this video. You're interrupting us.
No,
Jessica, how much more time does Fight the Flat Earth have left on his 10 minutes?
Just mute him. I'm done.
He's done?
Yeah, you lose.
Okay,
Bye.
thank you. Good. Okay, now.
No, you can't be disrespectful. I'm not debating anymore. No, you can. I'm done.
Hold on. All right. That's enough of that. Joey, the whole thing was Craig was going through a list of things that he had to ask based on what you said.
What happened to Craig? Did he rage quit or something?
No, he's still here. I muted you both.
Okay.
He's
Can
going
you tell
through
whoever that is, the 4th person, to please keep it down? I'm not here to talk to background noises. Whoever the 4th person is.
So anyway, Craig is going to go through. He's going through a list of things that you pointed out in your 10 minutes of explanation. He's going through that list to ask you things about that.
Okay, and then I get 10 minutes. Okay, good.
That's fine. If you want to, if you don't want to ask him some questions about what he presented, that's fine as well.
Of course, I'm going to take my 10 minutes. What do you mean that's fine? This is not his show. This is you moderating the 2 of us.
Yeah, you're going to stop being so disrespectful now, Joey.
I doubt it, but go ahead and continue, brother.
Right. Okay, so you said Newton had a theory about gravity and it was wrong. No, you're wrong, because Newton never had a theory. He created the universal law of gravitation, which is Fg equals m1 m2 over r squared. Are you aware that that is a thing?
Is it a thing?
Are you aware of the universal law of
thing? Sure, it's a thing that's written down on a piece of paper, but you see, the nice thing about the flat earth theory
It's a law
the nice
of
thing
physics.
about the flat earth theory is that we prove things. We don't just write them down on pieces of paper.
And Newton's law of gravitational attraction is proven in many occasions. I presented 2 different ways that it's proven in my...
It's never been proven even once.
Apart from evidence that I presented where it was, of course. So
you presented 0 evidence proving it was. I showed you the Curry-Weiss law that debunked you using the laws of physics. See, that's why you guys are so easy to debunk.
Curry-Weiss is nothing.
We use the laws of physics to debunk you guys.
Yeah, the universal.
You guys can't fight against the laws of physics.
Shut up, Joey.
You cannot.
Shut up, Joey. The universal law of gravitation is not a theory. It is a mathematical law. Which it's the law of gravitation.
Math is a describer.
Right? Can you mute
math is a descriptive.
Let him finish explaining what he's trying to explain, Joey, and then you can
Hurry
describe,
it up,
and then you can
Hurry
explain
it up, brother.
Yeah, universal law of gravitation is a mathematical description of empirical evidence gathered by many people. Newton came up with this after doing empirical observations. The universal law of gravitation is used all of the time to calculate everything from building bridges to buildings. The universal law of gravitation is a law of physics. And again, the Curry-Weiss law is absolutely nothing to do with Earth's magnetic field, because that's not how it's created, and Earth's magnetic field is nothing to do with gravity. You are wrong.
No, I'm right. Matter of fact, you're actually wrong, because builders and constructors do not use his gravitational pull to build their buildings. They use
the law of gravitational attraction.
They use levels. They use levels. That's what they use.
A level,
it has to be level, Craig. Again, you guys, not only did I debunk Craig on the law of physics, but I just debunked it again because guess what? I'm in the carpenters union.
Joey, will you
I
shut
build
up?
houses.
Joey.
I actually build houses.
Joey, shut up. A level does not determine how much weight something can have. Okay?
So what? So what?
So you
a scale does. Who cares? That's how a building is constructed at the flat Earth, and you just claimed that it wasn't how it was constructed. So I just proved it wrong again.
And I use that all of the time when I am building things. Okay, so
you don't build anything. What do you build?
I was in
what do you build, Craig? I built houses.
I used to
what do you
build
build?
reactors, actually, but apart from that...
Oh, sure you did, Craig. I'm sure you did. I'm sure you can prove it.
Next thing you said was shooting stars.
Sure.
Straight over. Always go up, upwards. That's wrong. I've seen many
false claim from Craig.
And here's the other thing: shooting stars need to come from somewhere, so space is where they came from. Then you said geocentrism. Geocentrism isn't flat Earth; they are different things. So I don't know why you're confusing one and the other. Then you said about lightning.
They're the exact same thing. They're the exact same thing. It's the exact same thing, folks.
Google geocentrism, and you will see it's nothing to do with
every flat earther says that the Earth is geocentric. It's the exact same thing.
Don't.
Craig is giving misinformation.
Okay, so now talking about the lightning, I don't understand how you think that actually proves the flat Earth, because in no way does it do any such.
It proves a dome. It proves a dome. You're not listening, Craig.
Lightning comes from the
Stop
clouds.
eating your Twinkies and listen.
Shut up. The lightning comes from the clouds, not the dome or the sky. Lightning comes from the clouds.
It comes from the ground.
This is a video of lightning that's reduced down to 10,000 times speed, right? And as you can see,
it comes from the ground.
Joey, shut up, you moron. As you can see, the lightning first off sends down feelers, which
you're wrong. It comes from the ground, not the.
Joey, will you
Let
shut
him
up?
finish his point,
Joey.
Joey.
That I am talking about. Okay. This is a video of lightning at 10,000 times slowed down speed. Okay. The first thing that happens is the lightning sends down feelers that are a positive or a negative charge until it finds a positive charge. That's normally it's too fast for you to actually see with your eyes, but that is the first thing that happens. The lightning comes down, and then once it finds a path of least resistance, it ends up the thing to return to the clouds. But your point about this proven flat Earth is completely bunk, because the lightning comes is between the clouds and the ground, not between the dome or the sky and the ground. And there are clouds on both a flat Earth and a globe Earth. So there is no way that lightning can prove that the Earth is flat, because it's nothing to do with space. It is to do with clouds and the friction created in the clouds, which creates static electricity, which then causes lightning. So there is intercloud lightning, which doesn't touch the ground. And then there is this kind of lightning, which first off sends down these feelers, which then, once it finds a path of least resistance, sends back a larger voltage. So, and it's nothing to do with flat Earth, because clouds exist on both the globe and the flat Earth. So nothing you said is right. Like, even in the slightest, boats.
Okay, got it. You made your point. Now let me refute.
Summarize. It's still my time.
Your 10 minutes is up, buddy. Your 10 minutes is up, Jessica. His 10 minutes are way up.
If you want to be quiet, Joey, and let me summarize.
Right? He's over. No, you're.
I'm going to summarize, and you're going to listen. Boats over horizon. They cannot be zoomed back in. This boat is partly over the horizon. No amount of zooming.
You're over your 10 minutes, Craig.
No
Joey,
amount
let
of zooming
him finish
will ever bring
he's
that
finishing
back
his
in.
point, and then you can.
Then you said about Earth's magnetic field being created by the rotating iron core, which is wrong, because it's not created by the rotating iron core. It's created by convection currents in the outer core. And Earth's magnetic field is nothing to do with gravity anyway. They are different things. Then you said Newton had a theory of gravity. That's not true. Newton never had a theory of gravity. That was more Einstein's thing. Newton can come up with the universal law, gravitational attraction, which is Fg equals gm1 m2 over r squared. Then you said shooting stars always go straight up, but shooting stars actually prove that space is a thing. Then you talked about geocentrism, which is a different thing to flat Earth. Then you talked about lightning, saying that somehow proves that there isn't an infinite space, when lightning is nothing to do with space, it's to do with clouds. Then you said the word level over and over and over. Joey, do you know what the adjective of level means?
Hurry up and do your conclusion. Your time's up, brother. I'm waiting for you, so it's my turn. Just do you finish up. Your time's already up.
Do you know what the adjective of the word level means?
Your time's already up, brother. Jessica, he doesn't get any more.
I'll tell you then.
You got his 10 minutes.
So level, as the dictionary states, actually means, when you talk about an adjective, which is the physical describing word, conforming to...
Jessica, you said 10 minutes. He's gone over his 10 minutes.
Talking. It means
Let him
conforming to
finish,
the
Joey.
liquid parts of the curvature of Earth's surface. So level literally means the Earth's curve. End of discussion.
All right.
Level means curve. Okay. Well, good. I'm glad you're done.
Look in the dictionary, and I can actually prove
My
that.
turn now. Mute him, please, Jessica. Okay, look. So let's just refute Craig's supposed refutes. It's real easy.
No,
Joey
you
Rocha-
can go over my evidence.
Be quiet.
Right.
Give him a minute, Craig.
Okay, good. I'm going to. It's about 10 minutes. Okay. So Craig's supposed trying to debunk Joey Rocha about lightning striking up. Well, he doesn't understand because he just doesn't understand, but I'll explain it to the audience because maybe Craig just doesn't have the ability. So what I'm trying to claim is that lightning striking up and having an explosion that we call thunder, a reverberation, or a roar is proof that there is a dome and that space is infinite. I'm not trying to prove that the Earth is flat. In the flat Earth, we say that the Earth is flat, motionless, and dome encapsulated. On a globe Earth, they say it's a ball, it's spinning, and space is infinite. So of the three categories that I'm proving of the flat Earth, I am showing Craig and the audience that lightning does strike up, which Craig agrees with. But here's what science says, that as it goes up in the atmosphere, it explodes into the thin air, making that reverberation that we hear. But guess what? You cannot reduplicate lightning exploding into the thin air. How does it explode? Only by it coming into contact with something solid. It's the laws of physics, folks, and that's what we use. Craig also says that level equals curve. No, it doesn't. You just said that level equals curve. But actually, ask any teacher, hey, just out of curiosity, whether you're in the third grade or you're in your sophomore, junior, senior year, excuse me, teacher, does level, the definition of level, does
I've got to say, I didn't bring up any of this.
Does it mean that, be quiet, Craig, does it mean that? No, of course it doesn't mean that. You see, guys, Craig just talked out his mouth. He doesn't even
my point.
Yeah, I am. I do it how I want,
You're
Craig.
supposed to be refuting my points.
Yeah, I know it's not how you want, Craig. Just eat your Twinkies and your soda.
Can
Joey?
you refute my points that I brought up?
Can we try to stay on topic, Joey?
Yeah, okay, so have him stop interrupting me, Jessica.
You can address the issues and
Yeah, okay, I will, but have him
stop getting so off
interrupting me. You can Jessica,
topic.
you can interrupt me.
I am interrupting you, and I'm telling you to please stay on topic.
But he can't interrupt me, so go ahead and interrupt me, but not him. Mute him if he does.
If you don't
Okay, you ready?
do my points, I will interrupt you.
Yeah, be cool. No, you don't interrupt me either way. You just eat your Twinkie. Okay, look, so I'm proving right now emphatically using even laws of physics again. The second law of thermodynamics is being violated in Craig's belief.
I didn't bring that up.
Spinning globe. Why? Because you cannot have a vacuum, which is what outer space is, next to a non-vacuum, which is what Earth's atmosphere is, without a solid barrier in between. Somebody like Craig might try and say, well, maybe the atmosphere is acting as that solid barrier. No, sorry, atmosphere is made up of a series of gases. Tell me what gas in the atmosphere can act as a solid using the laws of physics or the periodic table. None of them. Great. How do we know for sure that the Earth is not a globe 25,000 miles in circumference? Super simple. If the Earth was a ball, 25,000 miles in circumference, you have a measurable and detectable curve that one would see. See, I'm going to do a circle. Pretend I'm standing on the North Pole on this cartoon globe. Well,
No, he's not bringing up any of my points.
Everywhere I turn, that means everywhere I turn, there is a 360-degree circle of curvature that I can detect.
Jess, you need to
Well,
stop.
guess
You
what?
can't bring up any of my
We can
points.
see islands. No, this is not for you, Craig. I get my 10 minutes to ask you and talk. You get your 10 minutes, so just hush or mute him, Jessica. So there should be a measurable and detectable curvature, but there isn't. I live in Hawaii.
You spent
We
10
have
minutes
islands that are
talking to me.
60, 70 miles away from us. We can see them from seashore to seashore. Do the math. 8 inches per mile squared. You should see a noticeable and detectable missing part of the island. As a matter of fact, the entirety of islands that are over 60 miles away should not even
Seriously,
be
he's not
visible
addressed
because
anything.
we're
I've
all
said.
at sea level. Here's Craig's problem, and here's most of the people's problem who don't know that the Earth is flat yet. They also cannot put their heads around the fact that 9/11 was a controlled demolition.
All right, that doesn't have anything to do with the topic, Joey. I ask you once again.
Yes, it does. Yes, it does.
Hold on.
Yes, it does. Yes, it
Hold
does.
on.
Are you?
He hasn't addressed one
No,
thing that I've said.
this is super
Not
simple.
one.
This is not either of your shows. This is mine, and I'm going to mute you until you can Stay
But
on
you're lucky I'm
topic,
on your
Joey.
show. The only
You can stay on topic, Joey.
only
Address
reason
the
you have an
issues
audience
that
is because
Craig
I'm on your
asked
show.
you about.
The only reason you have an audience is
Okay, I don't care, Joey. I asked you. He asked
Obviously
you a bunch
you
of
care,
topics.
otherwise-
He asked you a
Yes,
bunch of
it's
topics.
fair because you're spending your time.
He asked you a bunch of topics. Either you can refute them or we're done.
You can leave anytime because, you know, it doesn't matter to me. Joey Rocha's got a lot of things to do. I'm a hero.
Okay. Well, with that,
Can you address anything that I brought up, Joey? Any of my points that I brought up?
Okay, great. So lightning. You said that lightning doesn't...
No. That was your point, not mine. Now it's time for you to address my points.
No. This is my 10 minutes.
Yeah, to address my points that I
So
brought
it's your
up.
turn. It's your turn to address my points now, actually.
Yeah,
That's
I've
what
done
Jessica
that.
said.
I've literally done that.
No. You're interrupting me. It's my 10 minutes.
Yeah, your 10 minutes to address my points.
All right. So with that, I think we're through here.
Yeah, Joey doesn't know how to debate or what anything he's talking about.
Yeah. So that's about as far as I go with that, because if we can't stay on topic, then there's no reason to continue a debate.
And also, I just want to point out that he's saying lightning explodes. No, it doesn't. The thunder is the noise that is made by the air being separated and then coming back together because of the lightning. There's no explosions with lightning unless it hits something that explodes. Literally every single thing that Joey said there was wrong. And all he did when I presented him evidence was go, no, that's wrong. Quite clearly, you can see in front of you that zooming into something does not bring it back into view. It's empirically observable. Sometimes things are too small and the angular size of them becomes such that you can't make out the entire thing. But if it's big enough, like these tankers, you can literally observe it go over the horizon and no amount of zooming will ever bring it back in. Joey is just a little bitch.
Yeah. So with that, I do, I want to just give it to you, Craig, if there's any other points that you wanted to bring up or reiterate or anything like that for any of the flat earthers that may still be watching, because I'm sure there's plenty of them.
So, I don't know if this is just a normal flat earth disinformation thing, but Joey's right about the Curry's law and the fact that metals over a certain temperature cannot have an inherent magnetic field. But that's nothing to do with the Earth's magnetic field. That is literally created by friction, by convection currents in the it's not even the inner core, it's the outer core. And as heat escapes through fractures in the mantle, it creates convection currents, which creates friction, which creates static electricity, which is what Earth's magnetic field is generated from. But regardless of that, that's literally nothing to do with gravity. Gravity has no bearing upon magnetism. It's nothing to do with it. So I don't know why he thought that his misunderstanding of how Earth's magnetic field being generated debunks gravity. It literally makes no sense to me. Newton never had a theory of gravity. This is something they keep bringing up. Gravity's only a theory. No, it's not. Newton had a law of gravitational attraction, but Newton even, and Newton's contemporaries at the time, they all said, well, we don't really have a theory of gravity, because they didn't even take the law too literally, because the law of gravitational attraction says that gravity reaches out instantaneously, as if by magic. But they knew that couldn't be the case. It wasn't until Einstein came along and explained that, well, no, it's not literally a physical force. It's the warping of space-time due to the uneven distribution of mass, which makes things fall in towards bigger things. That manifests as a force. And that is where the theory of gravity came up. Newton never had a theory. And yeah, if anyone wants to see the actual definition of the word level, just go to Merriam-Webster Dictionary and go to the adjective section, and it literally says level means having no part higher than another, conforming to the curvature of the liquid parts of Earth's surface.
Yeah, so I still have to get shirts made that say, level does not equal flat. Yeah, because that seems to be a big thing in the flat Earth community, is that it's level, it must be flat. So,
right. So Joey turned up 20 minutes late and then just acted like a complete dick.
Yeah, so I appreciate the effort, Craig. I mean, this was his his last chance after the whole Cy Mandan no show, because obviously he's the only one that got the correct time, apparently. You and Simon Dan had the wrong time, apparently. So this was his last chance, and he definitely, blew it.
Yeah.
So,
I mean, he didn't even attempt to address any of the points that I brought up. He just started talking about other things and his points. But, I mean, did he even read the, when you sent him the format, did he even read it? Like,
he did, yep. Yep, he definitely read it, and,
I mean, I doubt that he can read, honestly.
Yeah, I'm not really sure, to be honest. Yeah.
And sorry for interrupting there at the end, but I wanted him to actually address my points. He didn't,
I understand.
in the slightest.
And well,
scroll the whole window down. There you go.
Yeah. So I did just have a couple more super chats come in, so I do just want to address those real quick. A couple of them from Rama Palander, $50 SEK, and then another $50 SEK. First one said, "Tell Joey that if we didn't understand gravity, then not even the suspension on the rusty bus he takes would work." And the second one from Rama Palander is at Joey Rocha. Learn the difference between electron flow and current flow. That video for 5-year-olds was a simplification. So I appreciate those. There was a couple more super chats here. One $2 super chat from Raven Zero says FTFE, rip and tear until it's done. A $1.99 super chat from Paul Schulman, the law of gravity explained and written out. A five something, whatever that one is. Euros from Dora says, for Joey grade face palm protectors, go to the SciStrike store. Yep. And I think that was it. Let me just double check here. There's one more. 4.99 pounds from Faith Howden. I've seen meteors moving upwards from the horizon, Joey. There are also many photos showing this. Yeah. So, with that, yeah, Team Skeptic says anything below 70 is freezing to me. Well, it's about 70 here today, Skeptic, in the middle of January. So, I think you're getting your wish. And Factard says, according to Joey Rocha, Sean Hufford is background noise. Yep. Definitely don't want to insult the voice. That's rude.
Yep. But any of the people watching that happen to be, and I say this with pain in my heart, fans of Joey Rocha, you do see what just happened, right? You do see how stupid that man is. This is not a man that you should follow. This is not a man that you should give your time to. This is not a man that you should tell he is right. Everything he says is wrong. He's disrespectful. He's a horrible human being, and he's dumb as fuck. Please, Anthony Michael, you seem like a decent person. Stop being friends with this waste of space.
Yeah, so definitely. It's definitely something to consider. He couldn't even, just debate correctly. Not that, anything was, he couldn't stay on topic. It's not that, he actually showed up this time, 20 minutes late, whatever, but he couldn't even stay on topic. So, and, can't debate without being rude and argumentative. So definitely rethink who you're following, at least. Well,
just to be clear, he was in chat on time.
Yeah, he was in chat on time, but, can't show up to the actual debate on time. And that's about it from us. We have, Craig is going to be live tonight, is that?
Yeah, in about 2.5 hours. I'll be live on my channel with Team Skeptic, and Sean, if he wants to come, we're going to be talking to Flat Earther Seek Truth, Speak Truth.
Awesome. And then we have, of course, movie night is next Friday night again at 11:30 p.m. Eastern Time. So we hope that you will all show up for that. Sean's been playing some Red Dead Redemption 2 live. He's got up to part 18 now? 19?
No.
By the time you're done, you're going to be at part 100.
Maybe.
But that's it right now at the moment for all of the stuff going on. The hot dog video will be done soon. I had to add in one more video that Sean forgot to send me on time, so I have to just edit a little bit on that. And then going forward, we're going to be definitely building on both channels. The SciStrike channel, which is going to be mainly for anything woo debunking and the like. So Flat Earth, creationist atheism, that kind of stuff, anything of that nature. And then on the Cy Strikeling JC Photos channel, it's going to be primarily the gaming live streams, and then I'm going to be starting to do some photography tutorials soon. Photography is definitely a passion of mine, and I love teaching people about it. So I'm looking forward to being able to do that there as well. And that's about it. So I just want to thank everybody for coming, for watching that horrible dumpster fire. And
like you could expect anything else from Joey, though.
Yeah, exactly. And that's about it. So thanks all, and we'll talk to you later.